Hello, hello, all my beasties. Welcome to the lair. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well today. Everybody say hi to Croc.
Hello.
Okay, so we are gonna cover some stuff and some housekeeping, and then we're gonna jump into it. Um, I'll give it a couple minutes before we jump in. Say hi to everybody. Give people a few minutes to catch the notifications or whatever YouTube sent out, didn't send out, hates me, whatever today is going to today. Today has been a day. Hi, JMK. So,
Here's the sad part is that JMK's message was actually held for review for no reason I can figure out.
okay, well, that's your problem, not mine. I
No,
have a tech squirrel for a reason.
I have no idea why it did that.
Well, I have a tech squirrel for a reason. And that is because while I am technologically literate, my multitasking ability becomes a squirrel, especially once we get like 2 weeks into this trial. I'm gonna lose my mind, and apparently everybody wants me to lose my mind because everybody is sending me links to some priest from Scotland who has an opinion on guns.
Oh, yes, he does.
And everyone's like, you need to watch us and react. Like, are you guys trying to give me a stroke? Is this payback for John? Like, what is, I thought you guys loved me. I mean, I love you all and I'll do it regardless. We all know that. But hello, Amanda. But I'm just saying, from what I hear, some of these things you people are sending me are up there with Captain Spirit science. So that's a thing. Amanda, my love, I'm gonna try to not have a stroke. But there is an Anglican priest from Scotland who posted a video about school incidents and guns and lots of things, and everybody keeps sending it to me, asking me to react to it. And when I'm reacting to things, I do not watch them because genuine reaction, and you're all amused by my genuine reactions and my losing my mind. So Crocker's laughing at me.
She sent it to me to watch it to see
Yeah,
if it was
I
worth it.
sent this video that everyone was sending me to Croc to watch to see if I should react to it, and Croc was like, "Oh, you'll have a stroke," and I'm like, "Oh, great, great. This is going to end well."
His argument is absolutely insane.
Okay, well, we'll get there. Okay, um, we'll get there. And Merrick McCringe, you missed nothing. You just missed that everybody misses when the Loki is not raging at somebody, especially like not just my avatar. And between the stupid everyone's sending me, um, the part 2 of the soup stream, which people are sending me,
Guilty.
and the Letecia Stauch trial, which is what we're going to cover tonight and most likely be live streaming for the next 4 weeks. I'm convinced that this may be an attempt to make me lose my mind. So we about to have, yeah, great, awesome. It'll be fun. Um, No, Mayor Wrench McGnome, I would not mind opening a 4 foot by 4 foot box and finding you. But if I do get you in a box, no, I'm stuffing my tiny humans in it and forwarding that box to Patty after today.
I think Sassy might object if you did that.
No, Sassy Pants wants Apple and Blanche. So Sassy Pants would not object. Sassy Pants, no, she would enjoy herself. So,
That's not who I was talking about.
we'll figure it out. But we're gonna have fun. Lord Sassy Ass. So, this should be interesting. So, let's get some housekeeping done first. For those of you who were not in Croc's party stream last night, I am greatly saddened to make the following announcement. And please listen to the whole announcement before freaking. But I had a discussion with CCW. As everyone knows, he has been missing. And I had called him because we were all worried and talked to him, and it was a weather issue. He called me yesterday that I am sad to say one of his little ones, and no, I will preface, this is not H&J or one of the three amigas, not one of the three little girls. One of his little ones, his grandkids. Hey, roll call. So just so we're clear, this is not H&J or one of the three girls. But I am saddened to announce that Rabbi, also known as CCW to everybody, his little one, Alan, was a passenger and he is 17 and involved in a fatal car accident yesterday. And his 17-year-old little one passed away yesterday as a result of the accident. So, Rabbi is currently going to Lafayette, Louisiana, where the accident was. He should be there shortly. His caretakers are with him. But again, his little one, Alan, passed away yesterday at the age of 17 as a result of this accident. I am going to get a link for the charity that he supports, from a charity he supports, and information for funeral flowers and whatever. But he called me to ask that I make the announcement to everybody because Rabbi, also known as CCW, will not be online for a short period of time. And he didn't want the community to worry. But you can pray for him and the family of Alan Wayne Guidry. He was 17. He was the passenger in car number 2. involved in the fatal accident. So, if we could all, send him your love, your prayers, whatever. He had already been going through a lot, as I let you guys know last week. His house was flooded. He was displaced into one of his other homes he owns. He does own rental properties, but it was not one that is built for him, and being paralyzed. He has lots of specialty equipment that keeps him comfortable, so he was very uncomfortable. His computer was water damaged beyond repair and needs to be replaced. We are talking of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. So all of that is being handled. He is okay though, and I talk to him on the phone daily. But I said I would make the announcement to everybody. So that's where he has been and where he will be. So let's all just add the whole family to our love and prayers. It is he is incredibly close to all his little ones, and it is very hard on him. So that housekeeping matter aside, tomorrow begins the opening arguments for both the Lori Daybell trial in Idaho and the Letecia Stauch trial, who is the Colorado stepmother being charged with the murder of her stepson Gannon. Now, in regards to live streaming, there is a no broadcast order in the Lori Vallow case. It was announced by East Idaho News. They have already challenged it. They are going to make the audio recordings available. They will not be made available until the end of the day, and they are charging 25 cents a minute for these stupid recordings. East Idaho News said they will be paying for the majority of it, and they are going to continue to challenge. But there will be no recording in the courtroom. So, there will be that. My intent will be to listen to that and summarize, but I am sure most of the law tubers are going to cover that. In regards to the Gannon Stauch trial, there is also a no filming order. The difference is Colorado is allowing it to be broadcast via WebEx. As far as Croc and I can tell, we will be able to rebroadcast the WebEx and restream it. Law and Crime is apparently going to be rebroadcasting and restreaming it as well. So, in some way, shape, and or form, we will be bringing you this Stauch trial. We will see how the first few days of it go. It is our intent to gavel cover it as much as we can. We will see how this goes. And if we get curveballs or what, we will try to figure this out. But currently the plan is we are going to restream it through our platform or the Law and Crime version. One of the two through the WebEx. If we cannot do that, we will post the WebEx instructions and you will be able to watch, and I will be able to watch, and I will have a camera on me, and you will be able to see my reaction, and I will give running commentary, and you will hear it through my speaker system. So either way, we're doing it. Yeah, will call that. That's one of our options. Will call that. That is one of what we're planning on doing. So we're working through it, but we won't know how it goes until we try with all the people getting onto WebEx. So we're going to have to, it may be a little rocky at first, but that is the current plan. But I wanted to share the housekeeping side of it. So, regardless, we're going to do it. Now, the Letecia Stauch trial is not going to be easy for people. It is very graphic. It does involve the murder of a young child with some pretty gruesome circumstances. The plan we have is I am going to gavel it. At the end of the day, I am going to summarize myself on camera. I'm going to summarize the day with just me talking. And I am going to give a recap of the day that I have, I don't want to say sanitized, but made as tolerable as possible for those who want to listen, watch, whatever, but find it too difficult for whatever reason. Like I always say, I do not, I'm not Emily D. Baker level sensitive. I am not Nick Rekieta. So I'm going to try to, go with my public safety professional self, like when I cover things like school shootings, where I'm very factual and not graphic, and I try to make it as palatable as possible without taking away the gravity of it, and as respectful as possible for those who may find some of it a little bit much, especially when they get to the coroner's reports. So, if you find that watching it yourself, or you know people that are having a hard time watching it, you'll be able to point them to an end of day. It'll be a separate crock. My amazing tech squirrel is going to clip it and re-upload it separately on my channel,
That
and you'll
might
be
take
able to.
fair warning. That might actually take a little while, depending, of course, on how long each live stream is. So just be aware.
Right, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, kind of thing. We should have one going up. But that is the plan for those who either just don't want to listen to the entire thing. It's going to be like a month of it, or who want a nicer version or whatever. I will summarize, remove the extraneous, remove the graphic, and you will be able to get my take on it or point people to that. So that is our current working plan. Hopefully this takes me over the monetization threshold. If it does not, again, I have PayPal and Venmo, and you can contribute that way. Hopefully I will hit monetization at some point. But I know it can be very hard to listen to some of the graphic trials and autopsies and crime scene things. So we're going to try to do it that way, to be respectful of people that want to take part, but find for whatever reason they cannot. And that's okay. Everybody has a threshold, everybody has a trigger. And I will tell you that no, I am not superhuman and nothing phases me. But after 16 years as a public safety professional, somebody that has been the primary medical responder at a school shooting, a school stabbing, 2 mall shootings, several backyard massacres, I am very good about compartmentalizing and turning that part of me off so it doesn't affect me like it does people who have not made that their profession.
Or
So,
military personnel.
yeah, but I find even military personnel tend to have a harder time than I do checking things at the door.
Well, it depends. Oh, again, it depends on their experience.
It depends on the experience, but since generally, and I'm a part of the military community, because it's generally like they're good at doing it during a deployment, but after a deployment, you know, that things can become a problem. But because it's, year round for me, 16 years straight in the US, not deployment every day, I can dissociate myself a little bit better. So that is our current plan, housekeeping wise. So I have plenty of you guys modded with wrenches. My request is if we start getting lots of viewers during this, that all of my lovely mods can step up at some point and assist. John does not cover anything with children, and I don't believe Emily covers much involving children because of her time as a DA.
Mm-hmm.
She and the age of her kids and stuff, she has a hard time with it. And some of the ones that are going to do it tend to be a little rougher around the edges. And, chats. I love Ricada. Like, I love Nick. His chat can be a lot. Yeah, Patty, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't cover that. So the problem is the ones that are gentler don't cover kids. The law tubers that do cover things involving kids tend to be a little bit more extreme. So I'm trying to be the balanced middle ground for everybody, right? So I just asked that my mods try when they're available. If we find that we're getting a couple hundred people in chat, we need to slow it down, we need to add mods, whatever, we will. I know my beasties know how to handle themselves. It is not you guys I am worried about. It is people that are new to the lair. If you are a loyal lair beastie and people are acting a fool in the chat, please just grab one of the mods, Patty, Croc, Mayor McWrench, you guys, grab my beasties, grab my mods, grab me. We will add mods, we will handle. Okay? I will Make sure that Croc pops up the chat rules. We will make sure. And we're going to continue to allow discussion and disagreement, but they need to be civil disagreement. Right?
Yep.
We're going to keep it respectful. So I wanted to cover that in that regard. So, let's start with the background and timeline of this case for tomorrow. This has been going on since 2020. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry, Croc. I got this one. I got it all pulled up.
I did my homework.
Okay, no interrupting. Yes, Patty, I know you and Mayor can, and Croc does have the ability to add the mod wrench to people while I'm doing it. Because in all honesty, I'm not going to be able to do some of the back end stuff depending on how fast things are flying. So we're going to do this. So let's go over the timeline of this case since it's so long. We will add in some information, and for a good laugh, we're going to cover her letter to the judge.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for that.
This Fruit Loop. Wait, I have to use what my tiny human calls them, the Doot Doops. She calls them Doot Doops. She has since she was like 2. Where are the Doot Doops, mum? This Doot Doop decided to hand write a motion to the judge. We're going to read it. Anubis, if it comes to it, they will help you. And they can wrench you and they can explain. But yes, Sandra, we're gonna go with the letter. Because my sanity is not important.
Yes,
apparently either is hers based on this letter, but okay. I have questions, but okay. Amanda the kid, my sanity has been gone for a long time. Hi, Terry. Good to have you. So here's the thing. The lovely Patty. I'm going to put this up for a second. The lovely Patty knows, and I will give this disclaimer. I allow discussion. I have very few rules. My rules are we do not resort, hey Jerry, to
and JLo.
Hey JLo, to personal or ad hominem attacks, right? You don't need to sit there and call each other fat and insult each other. That is not an adult and respectful discussion. You don't have to agree, but you can disagree civilly. If I feel like I'm talking to 5-year-olds saying we don't call each other poopy heads, the mom voice will come out. And as Croc and Patty can attest, yeah, as Patty and Croc can attest, I sound like I have Tourette's when my children are in the background, when our little one's in the background. Mid-sentence, I will stop and yell something stupid and then go back to my discussion. Right? So, but I'm just saying that. Right? So, we don't have to agree. Nobody's got to agree. But again, we are going to be respectful. We do not tolerate. No, Sandy, don't put yourself in the corner. You're fine here. You behave. You're good. Um, yeah, Patty, you're about to have it because I'm about to mail her to you. Um, Whole funny story. So, we don't know personal attacks, right? Amanda. So here's the thing. Just hear me out. We don't know personal attacks. No name calling. We do not uh, do the homophobic, the racist, the anti-Semitic hate speech. We don't. We don't do that. And we act like adults. Other than that, I don't care. So, Amanda, it's not very strict about following rules thing. I am, um, and that's fine. I don't have many rules, and don't worry about it. But like I said, if we're not going to just like start modding people, we have people that have volunteered too. But those are pretty much my only rules. Don't name call. Be an adult. Don't do the hate speech. That's about it. My rules are not, no personal attacks. Like I don't want to see the like, well, your mama. No. No, no. You know what I mean?
We have no interest in raising perfectly valid adults.
Right. And so that's the thing, right? I'm good with it. Yeah, no spam. JMK, I mean, like, no porn bot spam. I know some of you guys like the porn bots, but I'm sorry. It's my understanding there was a soup stream part 2, and during the soup stream part 2, the YouTuber was offering himself up to women. So I mean, like, that if you want a porn bot or something, go over there.
Yeah, no shit.
Just head that way. Uh, Spam. If somebody repeats a question 2 or 3 times because they don't think it's being seen, I generally just tell my mods to acknowledge them and say, hey, like, we've started for her. Loki will get it at break. Look, you'll get it. Like, Croc stars comments, so I see them. And I'll get to it. I don't mind some caps lock. I don't mind emojis unless you start posting walls of emojis and people start complaining in the chat that it's distracting. That's about it. I'm not particularly strict about things in that regard, unless it becomes problematic, and it's kind of a case by case thing. So let's get to this before I regret more life choices. Croc.
What?
The typing.
I'm done.
Obviously.
I just had to make a note of somebody's channel.
Okay. So here is the timeline. January 27th, 2020, 6:55 p.m. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office dispatch receives a call of a runaway child from the 6600 block of Mandan Drive in the Lorson Ranch neighborhood. This is El Paso County, Colorado. 732, Gannon Stauch is entered into state and national databases as an active runaway. He was last seen between 3 and 4 p.m. on the 27th. Nothing found on the initial search. The next day, at 12:29 p.m., the case is turned over to the EPSO, which is the El Paso Sheriff's Office investigators. Detectives conduct interviews, collect surveillance, and follow up on leads. Wednesday the 29th, the investigation continues. January 30th, the case is upgraded from runaway to endangered missing child. The EPSO requests recourses from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and the FBI Crimes and Abduction Rapid Deployment Team. January 31st, Letecia speaks to news reporter Spencer Wilson, and oh, that one's a riot. February 3rd, 2020, a neighbor comes forward with a home surveillance video showing a driver and passenger getting into a truck the day Gannon goes missing, and only one returning hours later. On February 5th, the 4th Judicial DA, Dan May, is seen at the Stauch home. February 13th, the search for Gannon moves to Douglas County. The 21st, they suspend the Douglas County search. Sheriff's Office says there remains the potential for search efforts to restart. March 20th. March 2nd. Letecia is arrested in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. March 4th, she attacks a deputy and is held in a Kansas jail. Now, I will note, the deputy that was attacked in Leavenworth, Kansas, Fort Leavenworth. They were in the process of returning her to Colorado. They were in the middle of the extradition, and she attacked the deputy in attempts to escape for the first time. Because why not? March 5th, she arrives in Colorado Springs for a video advisement. March 11th, she is formally charged in his death. March 20th, they announce they have found his remains in Florida and file new charges.
Yikes.
April 2nd, arrest papers are leaked on social media. May 5th, a paralegal is charged with a misdemeanor for leaking the arrest affidavit. May 19th, the attorneys for Letecia try to get her bonded out. June 4th, 11 News obtains second arrest affidavit revealing Letecia concocted a plot to escape from jail, including measuring herself to see if she'd fit through a window and trying to obtain a broom to break the glass. We get our second set of attempting to escape charges. Oh, God. Now we're at January 19, 2021. The second of two mental health evaluations find her competent to stand trial. This is where it goes off the rails. February 26th, she decides to go pro se and defend herself. She represents herself in court the first time March 5th. April 8th, her jail library privileges are revoked after she refuses twice to use them. What I will say is we will get into some of this, but the jail policy is if you are representing yourself or you're being given time to go and you refuse twice, you get those privileges suspended for a period of time. May 3rd, the court announces through a document release that she is no longer pro se and is getting a new public defender. Croc, mute yourself, please. September 23rd, a judge rules there's sufficient evidence to bind the case over to trial. Case is bound over. February 11th, changes her plea from not guilty to NGRI, not guilty by reason of insanity. The case is delayed so she can be evaluated a third time. It's going to be three strikes you're not guilty. Three strikes you're crazy. Nope, nope, no, it's not. After once being told they need more time for the evaluation, the judge warns the defense they have 4 weeks to get it done, or the state hospital's got to show up to explain. August 9th, the judge holds a hearing to discuss the results. The results were not read publicly, but she is sane, and the defense requests a second evaluation with its own experts. Judge grants it. She shows up to the hearing an hour late, and the judge rules all force reasonably necessary can be used to make sure she leaves the jail on time on court days, also known as I don't want to go, Mom, you can't make me go. And they said, hold my beer and watch this. October 13th, trial date set for March 2023. March 20th, jury selection begins. Opening statements are happening April 3rd. They did find a jury.
Yeah, it only took them what 6 days of six days of work, and yeah, it's been about 10. It's actually been about 10 days. Been 10, 12 days, something like that. They finally got it done on the 28th. So 8 days, including the weekend.
Fine. That's fine. Hold on. So, Croc, I'm going to mute you for a minute because your background noise is killing me. So, now we're gonna. Here we go. We're gonna go through this letter for everybody's enjoyment but mine. We are going to read Letecia's letter. What I am going to say is this Fruit Loop claims, well, she does have she did, it's gone. She did have a teaching license and claimed to be have a doctorate. It has been found out she does not have a doctorate, but she was a licensed teacher. So let's read her letter, because this is a thing. And I have thoughts. And sir, ma'am, I don't know what you okay. Hold on, let me take a sip of water from my SpongeBob water bottle.
This is 4 pages long.
Yep. Correct. If you can mute yourself while I read, just so background noise doesn't distract the squirrel in me. Good afternoon, sir. I thank you for taking the time out to read my letter and my concerns about an unfair process that is going on in my case. I have expressed these concerns several times to my defense team and feel that I have not been afforded my rights as a United States citizen. It has been 5 months and I've met with my defense team one time in March of 2020. It is the middle of August. I understand this pandemic is unforeseen, but I don't feel I should be held unconstitutionally, denied access to my attorneys, have constitutional rights violated, and be abused in the process. Oh, sweet Jesus. First, as you know, there is over 30,000 and growing pages of discovery. I cannot successfully participate in my defense and a phone call 3 times a week, 1 hour out the jail. I have no way to view any videos, read any reports, reviews, phone data, etc. I'm not an active participant in my case. I know that the jail is listening to my attorney-client calls, as on several occasions I commented about someone or something specific and the jail immediately acted upon it. Officers also wait outside the door, easy to hear, and sometimes a video camera is on at the TV near the phone. Sir, these things are a violation of my rights. In addition, I have no way to write things with more cause free. I understand you can tell the jail how to run their facility, but I know that my violated. Next, sir, I understand the Eighth Amendment protects cruel and unusual punishment. Loki sidebar. It doesn't protect cruel and unusual punishment. It protects you from it. It's not protecting the cruel and unusual punishment. It says yeah, you got that backwards, sweetheart. And I know the Supreme Court punishment can be just for the crimes. However, I'm in a county jail and I'm presumed innocent, not to mention I am innocent, and we will prove it. I've been a pillar in my community in South Carolina. I have no adult record, never done drugs, and have a doctorate degree in education. Loki sidebar. We sure as shit can't tell from your writing so far. Back to this. I've proven myself as a responsible citizen and should not be subjected to the cruel punishment I receive at CJC. Over 15 plus times, I have been abused in transport, ranging from injured ribs, a knot on my head, several ankle and wrist bleeding, bruising on my knee in my cell, loss of feeling in my hands several times. I had to be on inshore 2 weeks due to the poison comments. And just recently on 8/11/2020, I received threats in my peanut butter because I provided evidence of not only my innocence, but evidence that will show who it was through my PI. Loki sidebar. Ma'am. Ma'am. You just told a judge someone threatened you in your peanut butter. What? They threatened you in your peanut butter. Did they write it in your peanut butter? Did they build a peanut butter sculpture? Did they hide? Like, how do you threaten someone in peanut butter? What? Ma'am, you're trying to tell everybody you're sane, but when you tell me they threatened you in peanut butter, okay.
Was this
We're gonna go there.
poison in the peanut butter or just the peanut butter itself?
Just the peanut butter. It's on the screen. You can read it. They threatened me in my peanut butter. I don't know if he wrote in the peanut. Like I said, did they write in your peanut butter? Did they bury a note in your peanut butter? Did they use jelly to write on top of it? I mean, I'm gonna need you to explain to me how they threatened you in peanut butter. I would also like to know, if you have a doctorate in education, how you write like a 9-year-old, for one. For two, maybe we should evaluate the fact that the reason you are so tightly restrained is because you assaulted the deputies during extradition and tried to escape more than once. Once while you were in Fort Leavenworth during transport. Maybe do you think that has something to do with you not being okay? Great. Back to what I was saying.
Okay, Creed's got a
hold on.
Okay.
I'll get there. I'll get there in a second. As a result of this, I assume their runners use people in trusted positions in jail to send me threats in my food, and I'm terrified of what will happen next. What? What? Ma'am, No. No, ma'am. Hold on. Okay, let's get back here. Let's look at some of these comments, and then I will, go back to making my eyes bleed from trying to read this. Let's see. Subject matter jurisdiction. Yeah. She's making Daryl Brooks look good here.
Agreed.
Creed M. I wish it was a love letter. No, this is not the Boone chick. This is Letecia Stauch. Sandy, yes, the spelling is wild. Creed, she's surprisingly good outside of the box thinking, I guess. But Thomas does agree the cruel and I don't know, Thomas. Okay, Anubis.
No.
Yeah, Patty, that's my point. Like, I'd like to know where you. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jelly. Like, what?
21.
Yeah. Yes. Well, call brings new meaning to the unbreaded thing. Yeah, inbred peanut butter. Left the cuffs on. Nah, she's definitely a model prisoner.
Every one of these parts.
Hold on. Croc, background noise.
Except for their paint and the
Yeah, vaguely legible. Yeah. Oh, it could be a salt peanut butter with the crunchy attachment. No, it is elementary education or some kind of education. She was supposed to be teaching elementary school. Yes, doctorate in basket weaving, underwater firefighting. I don't. Croc. Leave my comments. I'm putting up alone. Underwater basket weaving. I don't know. Ma'am. The peanut butter. Okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to properly defend myself if going through this unfair punishment, being denied my constitutional rights, being denied access to my attorneys, being under scrutiny, causing daily mental disturbances, being restrained, causing injuries, being denied law library access, etc. This is not okay in a county. Oh, sorry, in a country. Okay. This is not okay in a country in which our country prides itself on democracy. A country with a flag that got a hole in it at Flanders Field in World War one that turned blood red in World War II, or the one that got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. Through all this, the flag stood. We raise her up every morning because this country still stands for freedom, perseverance, justice, and vigilance. Period. And I know what Congress decided on June 14th, 1717, Flag Day, but it still rings true that not even the evil terrorist of 9/11 can take the American spirit away. However, I am showing the same things that flag shows: valor, courage, purity, and innocence to write to you to say, I do not feel like a U.S. citizen being treated this way in my beloved country. I'm not getting a fair process. I'm not getting represented properly, and I'll give the benefit of the doubt of a pandemic, but the other unjust treatment is not the way our founding fathers intended this process to go. Not to mention, no pandemic, no terrorist attack, no police riots, etc., can stop our country from being the greatest on earth upholding the law, and staying true to following one's constitutional rights. This is just the surface of my concerns, as you will see. They only get worse with illegal search and seizure. I was a victim of coercion as it's mental and physical. Wait, I was a victim of coercion as it's metal. MEATAL. Okay, metal and physical. I'm not sure what metal coercion is. Okay, yeah, that says metal. Sir, you can tell I'm educated. I know Miranda v. Arizona, etc. However, a person cannot perform under this scrutiny, abuse, coercion. It's not how you spell it, etc. And that's what's happened throughout this entire process. Besides, due to info from my PI, I don't even feel that El Paso has jurisdiction, not to mention the wrong individual. I reach out to you to let you know I'm very concerned with this process because I know you will uphold the integrity of the court. The judicial system that I know does not allow a person who is presumed, not presumed, it's presumed, innocent, and who is, to improperly defend themselves, to be subjected to daily abuse and Eighth Amendment violations, does not deny Fifth and Sixth Amendments or speedy fair trial, does not interfere with attorney-client privilege. Yes, I can tell you many situations which I know they're listening. Does not physically, mentally, and emotionally abuse innocent people waiting on trial. Does not allow that individual to be in danger, not just from inmates, but from employees also. And does not avoid these situations causing an individual's mental health to decline and safety to be at risk. I live each day not knowing what will happen to me next, what person will put something else in my food, what rights I'll be denied tomorrow, or what injuries will occur next. I support law enforcement. Yes, you support them so much that you attacked them and tried to escape. I support our military, our country, and I know that a few bad apples and incidents can ruin it for good people. I extend my concerns to you as a first step in this because my attorneys have refused to let you know due to the public knowing. My life is on the line. I'm innocent and I'm ready to return home and use the doctorate degree, EDD, that I worked diligently for and cannot do that if I'm not afforded those rights. If I'm fighting for my life daily, I'm clearly no threat to myself, etc. Again, this is just the surface of my concerns and ask that something be done so I can get this behind me, move past this trial in life, forgive those who persecuted and afflicted me. Wait. Does it say afflict me? Like lick? AFFLICKED. Who's licking her?
I think that's actually supposed to be a T.
No,
And
I'm zoomed in. It's not. It's an L. It's LICK. They licked her.
oh, jeez.
Afflict. I zoomed in. Continue to be a soldier for Christ and repair my mental state, and most importantly, grieve. I need those constitutional rights in order to be successful and participate in this process. I am a prisoner bound in chains, like Paul said, but I know my Bible is not bound. I also know he appointed people in authority and to respect them because they are chosen to uphold the law. Please accept this as my letter of letting you know first, not going over the court's head and following the appropriate chain of command. Something has to be done, sir. Thank you. God bless. Um, um,
I have questions.
you hold on. Let me scroll up. Hold on. I've got to read something that makes sense after people licking each other.
Oh dear.
Um, Not hard to get a doctorate in finger painting. Yeah, maybe. Flag call. Yeah. Great. I am too drunk to even start to attempt to read this. Yeah, 1717.
Tried
Yeah.
1949.
Yeah. She was not pro se JMK at the time. She still had representation. She was not pro se yet. She had lawyers when she wrote that.
And lawyers probably didn't want her to write that letter in the first place because, damn.
Yeah, hold on. I'm meeting for a minute, Grok. Yeah, no, her lawyers were standing there pounding their head off a wall. They no. These lawyers were like, "Oh, for the love of God, please no. Woman, stop. Woman, just stop." You know, her lawyer was like, "Ma'am, Croc, you can unmute yourself. You know her lawyer was like, "Ma'am, stop writing the judge letters. Just no. All of them stop." No, Anubis, I zoomed way in. Some of the mental ones say metal. Yeah, punctuation and grammar are not her friend. Toilet line, I don't know. Metal coercion, yeah, I don't know, Patty. Enormous douche degree, possibly.
You know what?
I
Awesome drifting.
the PS amendment, yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get there. Yes, this is fine meme. Now, her lawyers at this point had to have been like, I swear to God. We're gonna go with Loki's questions right now. Ma'am, don't lick things. I used to tell my paramedic students, and I tell my child, and I tell people this: if it is wet, sticky, and not yours, don't touch it. So maybe don't lick things.
Or
Okay?
She's definitely been drinking something.
I don't know. 2, one of her complaints. Here's the thing. Wait, let me find this article. You guys are going to. Here we go. Wait. You ready? Actually, hold on. Oh, God.
What?
Hold on. Oh, God. Where is it? Wait, I need to find this. Where is this?
Uh-oh.
No. I will find this. Where is it? Nope. Where are you? I need to find this. Hold on. Oh, I need to find this. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Oh.
You'll see why. You'll see why in a second. Oh. Ha. Oh, no. No, sweetheart. Oh, guys. Guys, are you ready? Guys.
Hit me.
You are not ready.
I'm sitting. I'm good. Amanda says, "Do it. Do it
Oh, I
now."
am. I'm trying to find this letter. But Letecia Stauch files civil case in federal court. An El Paso County woman accused of murdering her 11-year-old stepson is claiming her civil rights have been violated in the El Paso County Jail. In a federal lawsuit filed last week, she claims in a 13-page letter. I can't wait to read this. Both her First and Eighth Amendment rights were violated in jail. Stauch named a medical service provider and a food service provider, as well as 2 El Paso County deputies in the complaint. She claims she's been mistreated while in jail by claiming she was not properly given kosher food, and the jail neglected to give her medical care. Ma'am? Ma'am. You are talking to Jesus. You are claiming you are a good Christian. You are quoting things. You are not a Jew. Where do we do not accept you. You are not a Jew. Why do you need kosher food? How? Ma'am, what right of yours are they violating? And generally, people find Muhammad or Allah or Jesus in prison. Very few people become Jews. You are quoting things saying, Paul, the apostle. That doesn't get you kosher food. Why are we asking for kosher food? We are not. We are not. We do not want you. We don't want you. Your own religion can keep you. You leave us Jews out of it. We have enough issue. We have enough people. No.
Yeah, they already kicked her out.
You leave us out of it. We are not taking you. You have jumped the shark? No. You are not one of us. Do not bitch about kosher food. Now I want to find this 13-page civil rights violation letter.
Oh, well, I know that I know that it was I know that the states asked that it be dismissed.
Yeah, but I'm sure I can find it somewhere. I might have to look. Well, Creed, she cannot take her birth rate trip for free because you have to be under 25. It used to be under 21, and then they upped it like to 25 a few years ago for birth rate trip. Um, so no birth rate trip for you. We're not accepting you. Go away. No, no. See the door? Yeet yourself out it. Because I'm yeeting you out the religion. We do not count you as one of ours. I keep kosher. Since when, bitch? I'm going to need you to tell me. I'm going to need some more. Mean Judd, what's a birth rate trip? So, if you are Jewish, legitimately, unlike this Fruit Loop, there is an organization called Birthright because all Jews are given birthright citizenship to Israel. What you have to do is it's called you make aliyah, and once you make aliyah, you can be granted Israeli citizenship. To make aliyah, you have to go to Israel. You have to work on a kibbutz, which are the community living, and it's how most people in Israel live. They live in these little kibbutzes, whatever. But to facilitate more Jewish people being able to go to Israel, these birthright trips, what they do is they pay for you to go to Israel. There's different length of time ones. Some go on the March of the Living Holocaust Remembrance March, and then you celebrate, Israeli Independence Day in Israel. Some you're just in Israel for the summer, but it covers a trip to Israel, to the home country for Jewish teenagers and college kids. Thomas, the reason that Hebrew National hot dogs are pretty tasty is because in order for them to be kosher, they have to be whole cuts of meat and can only be from the front half of a cow. So Hebrew National or kosher hot dogs, unlike non-kosher hot dogs where they take everything that they can't use and grind up and make it into hot dogs, you cannot do that with. Has to be from the front half of the cow and has to be like the same meat you would use for ground beef or a steak. You can't use the suspect parts like they can in non-kosher hot dogs. So that's why Hebrew National hot dogs or kosher hot dogs are tasty. Sandy, I don't care if she wants a good latke, especially because Passover starts in 2 days. And at this point, I'd be throwing matzo balls at her. And I can tell you, I know some people whose matzo balls could be, there's a reason that they're referred to as cannonballs, and they sit in your stomach for like a week. They could do some damage if you threw them at someone. You can make a dense matzo ball and harm somebody with it easily. And I'd be chucking matzo balls at this fucking Fruit Loop. Ah, do not. You do not claim to be one of us. No, no. No, no. We don't want you. Anubis, yeah. Best Jewish food, Jewish deli. It is amazing. Mean John, no problem. What does the Talmud say about a salt peanut butter? Thomas, it doesn't. The Talmud and the rabbis do not say anything about a salt peanut butter. The Talmud and the rabbis also do not say anything about like guns, not picking up weapons. Yeah. Funny thing is, if you read the Talmud, and for those that are asking, the Talmud is the rabbinical teachings. So, sidebar, Loki sidebar. In the Jewish religion, we have the five, we believe in the 5 books of the Old Testament. Then we have what they call the Talmudic readings, which are the great rabbis who have read and studied the 5 books of the Torah, which is the Old Testament. They write down their interpretation, and that is the Talmud, the rabbinical interpretations. You can get different Talmuds depending on what's is under how religious you are, if you're or in the world you're from, things like that. It is commentary. So there's nothing about salt peanut butter. They actually do analyze keeping kosher in situations, and the Jewish teachings say that if it is a circumstance where you starve or you eat, like after the Holocaust, during a war, the only food that's available is not kosher, you are actually commanded to just disregard the laws of keeping kosher, because a life is more important. The number one rule in Judaism is a life is the most sacred thing, and everything else is negotiable to save a life. You can break the Sabbath, you cannot keep kosher. There's not a single rule in Judaism you cannot break if it is to save a life. So, even having an armed rabbi is allowed. I mean, like, I can get Pew Pew Jew, he's an Orthodox Jew, up on here again. If I need to. But, I can always get Pew Pew Jew up in here if we needed to confirm this. But yes. An arm BBI, yeah. I believe you have heard stories about the Gaza. The Gaza Strip isn't as bad as some people like to make it out to be. What does this say? My grandmother's mother was Jewish. After the 1940s, Croatia, they switched and baptized your grandmother. Yeah. Creed, it's not uncommon.
Loki,
What?
I got something for you on Discord.
Shut my door. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Oh, yay. Thanks, Croc. Let me look.
You said you wanted it.
That's fine. You talk amongst yourselves for a second. Croc. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I go look at this.
Hey, gang, how's it going? We are have. We, I found the thing, and Loki's now looking at it. Yeah, it turns out that Scribd had a copy. You don't need a membership, and I didn't need a membership to get to it. Excuse me. Yeah, Rutro. Rubro? Uh-oh. Maybe that's not so good. Wow, me, John. That you almost sounded like Thomas there for a second. I know nothing about a goat fiasco in California. Uh, Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. I played it once on stream, but not lately. No, I'm not in California. I'm well north of there. I'm on the other side of Oregon from there. That's good.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Yeah, I found it.
Hold on. Okay. There we go. Let's look at this. Ah.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody cares. Let's see. Defendants. I'm not putting their names up. Claim 1, freedom of religion, kosher violations. Claim 2, medical neglect. Request for relief. Claim 1, general damages, restitution damages, or reliance, loss damages, monetary. Injunctive relief, monetary relief, policy change. Okay. Trinity Food Services. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Why? From July 2021 to February of 2022, my First Amendment right was violated by means of my kosher diet. Ma'am? 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 How does your right to free speech have anything to do with keeping kosher? I need to know. How are your First Amendment rights violated by not keeping? Did I miss a change to the First Amendment? Did I miss where we changed the First Amendment? Okay. Keeping kosher is a First Amendment. Okay. Inmates signed an agreement stating they will adhere to the policy and follow their kosher guidelines to avoid interruption of meals and services. During this time, I expressed several concerns of the meals not being wrapped appropriately, items were not kosher approved being placed in our diets, and the violation of sanitation by putting kosher on open trays. He asked deputies to alert their supervisors that the policy and custom by El Paso County Jail was not prohibited. Per the religious affiliation below are a list of inmate kites that followed once staff refused to contact Trinity Food Services. 2021 kite to Trinity Foods explaining the contamination and kosher items on open trays. Reported improper kosher and contaminations through the El Paso County Jail. Central Kite explained the staff was using a pen or a marker to write Circle K on non-kosher items. That's called a hexture. That didn't have the standard approval. These were non-kosher items that violated the signed agreement. Response to jail said Kite to the kitchen again. The jail continued to ignore the customs and policy for kosher inmates, placed blame on the contractor. During transport, you advised deputies are not providing kosher meals while at court, and eating sack lunches were a violation of our kosher signed policy. I noticed in retaliation, my kosher or my meal was delayed for hours when other kosher and non-kosher inmates had theirs. They terminated my meal for 14 days. Do you mean they didn't feed you? Or they killed your meal? Like, how do you terminate one meal? I don't understand. Do you mean they terminated kosher meals? Because I would hope your food's dead. Okay. They observed me violating the diet by eating other foods. I explained these were purchased items on commissary. Were not excluded. Once again, asked jail to hold a meeting. That you didn't adhere and these actions were not prejudiced on behalf. I received unjust punishment.
One meal per day? I don't think they're allowed to do that, are they?
No, hold on. I received my kosher back. You're not kosher. I'm going to need you to write in sentences that make sense. Immediately disregard to our customs. I have questions. What do you think? First Amendment right to practice religion. Keeping kosher is not. You don't have to keep kosher to practice the religion. Hold on.
But didn't she in her letter swear that she was a Christian?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on 1 second.
What's this meat?
Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. You're not a Jew. But you're not a Jew. You're not a Jew. So okay. Hold on 1 second.
Sure. No burgers for you.
So, yes, you have to be Jewish to get kosher food. It is not discriminatory to not allow everybody the option. So, how is it not discriminatory and what does it mean? Okay. I am going to give you the basics of the laws of kashrut, which are what it means to keep kosher. Because I understand that many people don't know what kosher truly means, right? So there are varying degrees of keeping kosher. The most basic rules of keeping kosher are you cannot mix milk and meat. Like, we don't eat them at the same time, and there has to be a significant window between when you eat milk and meat. And for meat to be considered kosher, the animals must be kept in humane conditions and killed in a humane way, which is called shrecht, being shrechted. And it must, milk or dairy is the same thing. We don't mix any milk or dairy products with meat. And and that comes from, if you look at the laws of kosher, which are the laws of being kosher, they say you should never bathe the baby in the mother's milk. So, because in the olden days, you would kill the calf for the meat, and you're getting the milk from the mama cow, so you cannot it would, yes, cheese is milk, so you are bathing the baby in the mother's milk, if that makes sense. JMK, that is not true. Veal is kosher. You can get kosher veal. You don't bathe the baby in the mother's milk, so no cheeseburgers, because I think it's cruel to bathe the baby in the mother's milk. No cream gravy. Nope. No goat cheese, no dairy. No mixing milk and meat, right?
And Velveeta is a conglomerate of various cheeses. So yes.
Yeah. It's a cheese product. Legally cannot be called cheese because it's more oil than dairy, but whatever. So no milk and meat. When they slaughter the animal, a specially trained person does it, and the knife that they use has to be sharp enough to split a human hair, and they do it by slitting the throat of the animal to kill it instantly, right? Because it's considered the most humane way. Super sharp knife, they slit the throat, and it's instantaneous. For and it's especially trained, and it is watched over. The parts of the cow or animal that are considered kosher come from the front half of the animal, and they must be full cuts of meat. Not a whole lot of offal, like OFFAL, like organ meat is kosher. Liver is, but a lot of it is not. So as to with how the animal is killed, they also examine the lungs, and there are a certain amount of blemishes that are allowed to be on the lungs, and if the lungs have more than this set number, that particular cow is not considered kosher. The majority of these rules were brought about as almost a food safety thing, if that makes any sense. Fish have to have scales. They cannot have no crustaceans, no exoskeleton. So shellfish is not kosher. Has to have scales. Land animals have to have split hooves and they have to chew their cud. So that's why pigs are not kosher. They don't chew their cud and they do not have split hooves. And there are other things in looking and evaluating it, right? But those are the basics. Fish are not considered milk or meat, so fish can be had with dairy or with meat. It doesn't matter. They're kind of like an in between. Yeah, Creed, you can't knock them over the head, but they also don't chew their cud and they don't have split hooves, so they wouldn't be kosher anyway.
Well, pigs are omnivores, not strict herbivores.
Right, they need to be herbivores. They have to, but again, whole thing. So there are levels to keeping kosher. If you keep kosher, you don't eat insects. If you keep strictly kosher, like the majority of my family, I have Orthodox rabbis in my family, they pick through their produce and wash their produce to ensure there are no insects or insect parts and check meticulously for any insects. And there's something called glatt kosher, Glatt, which is an even higher level of kosher. There are varying degrees, but all peanut butter's kosher.
Okay.
And the Circle K she is talking about, it's something called a hechsher. And a hechsher is the mark of a rabbi. In Judaism, for food to be considered kosher, it has to be watched over the entire time. So, to be Orthodox kosher, you'll see an OU marking, and usually it'll say OU or OUD or sometimes OUP. OU stands for the Orthodox Union, which means an Orthodox Union rabbi has stood watch and made sure that everything is abiding by the process. When I say an Orthodox Union rabbi stands by for the entire thing, they literally watch the grain grow and watch it be harvested all the way till it's ground into flour. It is observed the entire time by somebody. The OUD means it is kosher but dairy. The OUP means it is kosher and parv. Parv meaning it is neither milk nor meat, so you can eat it with milk or meat. It does not fall into the milk or meat category, right? But there's also the triangle K, the circle K, and all of these different marks are different unions and rabbis and things that watch over the food. And the stricter you are, the more picky you are about this hechsher mark. Her complaining about them not being wrapped on trays is not valid. So here's the thing. If you keep kosher, JMK fish bee thing wouldn't matter because a bee would automatically not be kosher. It's an insect, and we don't do insects.
That was actually what?
I'm just saying.
Well, that was actually a joke because in California,
Yeah. Croc, remember, I'm the OSHA person.
right?
I'm the OSHA person that Kurt brought in with the fish bee thing. Remember, I was there for all of it.
You were there, but no, fish are not bees. Bees are fish. There's a difference, Jim.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. The bee part makes it the problem.
And Amanda wants to know about honey.
Honey is kosher. You just can't eat the insect. We eat apples and honey to have a sweet New Year.
And apparently she keeps bees.
Which is fine, and it's kosher. We just don't eat the bees. So you just can't eat the bees. There can't be like bee parts. But peanut butter is kosher. She's complaining that it's being served on open trays. It doesn't matter. As long as the food itself is wrapped and still like sealed, what it's on doesn't matter.
Wasn't she also complaining about improper packaging?
Right, but she's on suicide watch.
Oh, jeez.
So because she's on suicide watch, there's going to be an exemption that they can open things. Because depending on how it's wrapped, that would be problematic. So they're not going to give her long pieces of saran wrap she could roll up and like hang herself with.
Or something.
And there's no issue having it on a tray. You could technically put it on the floor and it doesn't matter as long as it's wrapped. But there are provisions for things like this. The Jewish religion is a very forgiving religion. And any rabbi would tell her, they're not serving you bacon. And all vegetarian food is kosher. So she has options. Her saying that it's low protein. Now let's make you peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh wait, you think they're poisoning your peanut butter? Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter.
Maybe they just made a little peanut butter peanut sculpture or something. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I know plenty of rabbis that have worked with prisons. One of my cousins being one, and an Orthodox rabbi. But the religion itself is a very forgiving religion. Good morning, Ardo. Glad to see you.
Oh yes, coffee for Croco.
It is a very forgiving religion. So Amanda, no, they're writing things in her peanut butter. She's getting threats in her peanut butter.
How does that work? I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't figured out how the threats are in the peanut butter yet.
Well, probably
regardless,
be enough peanut butter on there for them to write things.
Yeah, but like the reality of all of this is when you say they're not keeping allowing me to keep kosher, you can eat a salad, you can eat peanut butter. There are options. Eat vegetarian. The only other thing that weird thing, it's not even weird. Jewish people that keep kosher crack eggs into a bowl before we put them into a frying pan because there can't be any blood in the yolk.
You should do that
We,
anyway.
but I'm just saying we check the yolk. We crack the egg into a bowl to look at the cracked egg to make sure there's no blood in the yolk. That's it. Not
Well, if there
not
is,
hard.
you've got far worse problems regardless of who you are.
Well, no, I mean it's just a then it would be considered fertile. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
make sure it's not a fertilized egg. That's it. It's not hard. You know, my grandmother ate ham after the Holocaust because it's all that they had in one of the displaced persons camps. And Judaism prioritizes your life. Literally tells you you can break any rule of the religion if it's a life. You are commanded to not keep kosher and to not follow anything that would be harmful to you. So, yeah. And in your other letters, you claim you're a good Christian. So, I'm gonna need to know why you want to keep kosher.
Well, I think it says that she had stomach issues and that's why she was doing it. I don't get that either.
Why? I have stomach issues and I eat like shit. Hold on. I suffer from severe IBS-C, leaky gut, which is actually not a medical diagnosis. Um, hold on. I'm just looking through the medical because I do not put, even though I think she's crazy, I'm not going to put her medical, and people can find it. I'm not going to put medical information up. Hold on.
Again, you could be absolutely nuts and still be competent to stand trial.
Hold on. Mm,
Why would anybody crack an egg straight into a frying pan anyway?
a lot of people do, or they do it into like baked goods. She's complaining of irritable bowel syndrome.
Which wouldn't be alleviated by kosher
Yeah,
food.
absolutely not. Like she's complaining about different laxatives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amanda,
nothing she's complaining about has anything to do with keeping kosher.
Okay, Amanda. Last I checked, the last I heard from any McNuggies is that the eggs are initially powdered or they're set up, at least the scrambled eggs. But for like an egg McMuffin, you're dropping them one at a time. So if there's a problem, you can pull it. Which is how they
I
can
love
actually
this one.
fire you.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Creed. I love you though. Um,
Prosciutto and mozzarella sandwiches sound tasty. What kind of bread do you put that on, Creed?
mm,
Ooh.
so yeah, no, none of her. I read through the medical complaints, and she's literally complaining about IBS with constipation. It has absolutely nothing to do with keeping kosher. And even if you want to say you're a messianic Jew, um, even if you want to say you're a messianic Jew, there are still carve outs. So, Judaism, while it's preferred that you eat kosher, if the choices go hungry, which you're claiming that you're doing, or it's causing you harm or health issues, um, or because it's not kosher or don't eat, the rabbi's gonna tell you to eat. They're not gonna tell you to starve yourself because that goes against the laws in Judaism more. So, I generally don't discuss religion in depth, but it was applicable there. This chick is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I think he'd be offending. I think you're offending the Cocoa Puffs.
What?
That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You might be offending the Cocoa Puffs. Careful.
Yeah, I mean, Creed, we in the Balkans eat bread like Asians eat rice we eat bread with. Um, yeah, Creed, I mean, I'm Czech, and people from the Czech Republic are the same way. Lots of carbs. Did I have somebody? I don't think I told you, Croc. Somebody tried to tell me I'm not really Czech. That I'm
How's that?
Slovak. And I said, how am I Slovak? And they were like, well, Czechoslovakia isn't a thing anymore. It was like, right, it's the Czech Republic and Slovakia. But I know what city I'm from. And it's in the Czech Republic.
I figured I would figure that you would know different. You would know better than they would.
Yeah. It was like I am. Yeah, I'm Czech. My mom is from a place called Dechin Podmokli, which is in the very north of the Czech Republic. And technically, my grandmother now would be Ukrainian. Because when they redrew the lines, the city my grandmother was born in was in is now the Ukraine. But no, I'm Czech. I have a passport to prove it. Nice one, Thomas.
Of course, Thomas is going to be in for the jokes. I think that's
Thomas gets a cookie for this one. Yep. Thomas, you get a cookie for that one. I'm gonna have to show this to my mother tomorrow. But yeah, this lady is nuts. So, okay. So the 15 of you still here, welcome to Stephanie's lesson on is it kosher or not. Never had to explain the laws of keeping kosher so much in my entire life. You like the Czech stew with dumplings. Creed, are you talking about the one that's like with caraway? Like the one that's got the caraway seed? Is that what you're talking about? Amanda, interesting and informative. Yeah, I things like that catch my attention because it drives me crazy when people are like, you're Googling it. It's called Nokoli Levesh. Yeah. Am I right? Is that what you're talking about?
There you go, Arno.
Eh, I mean, I eat salami eggs all the time. If you cube up like hard salami, you chunk it up and then you fry it and then you like toss it into scrambled eggs. It's good. Yeah, Minjan, it's called what they call nokoli levish. It's a caraway soup with like a gnocchi like dumpling in it. It's one of those things that Jewish grandmothers make when you're sick, other than, traditional Jewish chicken soup.
Yeah. See, traditional Jewish chicken soup is tasty. I've never been a fan of caraway seeds. Um,
I'm not a caraway seed person, but the soup slash stew he's referring to, Nokoli Levish, you would probably like. It's not. It doesn't have a heavy caraway taste, if that makes
well,
sense.
that would be good. No, the first time I ran into caraway seeds was in rye bread, and
Yeah,
I wound up with one of them stuck in my gums. That hurt a lot.
yeah, it's ground up in there. It's not like
Oh, these were
whole.
actual seeds. These were intact seeds that had been baked in.
Right. I'm just saying, like in the soup,
Oh well,
it's not. But uh, Mayor Wrench McNome, you hate rye blood?
that's okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm not sure what gnomes have rye blood,
But yeah,
but hey, um, yeah, Prague is an interesting place. Prague is an interesting place. Mayor Wrench, my love.
Yeah, we'll go with
Oh, Mayor Wrench.
we'll go with typo demons and boulderization on the part of thing. Yeah.
I just have to laugh at this. I just thought the Mayor Wrench, that's the best. Awesome. So, any last questions from people? What time tomorrow morning does this shit show start?
Well, that's a good question.
Let's look.
Ooh.
What?
Thomas and his puns.
Oh, okay, hold on. We'll figure out what time this starts for tomorrow.
Probably 9 a.m. local-ish. Yeah, it's a new trial.
Did you figure it out? Grok?
What? No, I don't know. Let me see. Wait. Okay, let's go with.
Let's see.
Let me see. What's the probate court? There we go. 8 to noon and 1 to 4.
Because this says opening statements are scheduled to begin on the afternoon of April 3rd.
Okay, so I'm guessing that'll be 1 p.m. there.
And you said it's 8.
They're probably going to be doing motions before. We're going to be doing motion practice before that.
Yeah. Okay. So, as of now, we are going. So it's what, 8 a.m. Colorado time?
Yeah, 8 a.m. Colorado time to 10 o'clock for you and 7 in the morning for me.
Okay. So we will check. Let me see what this says. Ow! I have the hiccups.
Okay, got a question for me, John.
Yeah, I'm listening. Monday afternoon. So 1 o'clock, guys. So at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So it's supposed to start. So I'll be on at 12:30 their time, which is 1:30 my time. 2:30 my time. We will be here about 30 minutes before what they're going at 1 p.m. local. So 1 p.m. Colorado time, which is Rocky Mountain. So it's 2 hours off me, I think. So like I'll be on about 1:30, and we will.
Yeah, that'll be 11. That'll be 11:30 here.
Yeah. So we will be on 11:30 Pacific or
Yeah, I think so.
2:30. Yeah.
Let me just check it real quick. Yeah, it would be
Okay. So I'll be on
11:30
at
in the morning here.
2:30. Okay. So 2:30 I will see you guys Eastern Standard, and we'll get day one started of the Stauch trial. We'll see how this goes. So let me check last questions.
I put one in the private chat for you if you want.
Yeah, hold on. No.
Okay.
Mean John, you have a question. Erase video from Lawn Crime should have modified Glock. It has a lever tab at the top back that made it full auto. Is that possible? Mean John, you in theory can, but that part is illegal to make and illegal to install. But people 3D print it. Creed, she's not pro se. She is going again. Will call, I can go 11 minutes more for you to ask. Um, I will go 11 minutes for more for you. Modified Glock, yeah. So it's a part people 3D print. It is possible. It is very, very illegal.
Red, don't
Very
get caught with
illegal.
that.
If you're even caught explaining how it or showing with it, you can be in trouble. The Mormon trial is starting tomorrow. Lori Vallow. It is starting tomorrow too. I talked about it at the beginning of stream. It is going to be audio only. They have already said that there's no video recording. They are charging 25 cents a minute for the audio, and it will be released at the end of the day. So we will deal with that. But that is not being video broadcast at all. Mayor Wrench McNome, this Fruit Loop allegedly murdered her 11-year-old stepson while her husband and the child's father was on
Deployment.
his his National Guard work. He was a reservist,
One
National
weekend,
Guardsman,
2
and
weeks
was
ago.
he was at drill. And while he was at National Guard duty, she murdered him and drove the body across the country in a suitcase and chucked it off a bridge. So that is what Stauch is. Mean John, this one is just as bad as Vallow, if not worse. There are aspects of this that are worse than Vallow. So that. And I will say, and I'll say it now for everyone. This is not directed at you for this at this exact second, Wilco. When I'm doing this trial, if we have a ton of people, and since I'm not monetized yet, super chat wise, I will have my phone up so you will be able to send a I don't want to say a super chat. You'll be able to send something to my my Venmo or PayPal and put your comment or question like you would a super chat, and I will have my cell phone app up so I will see it.
Links for both of those are in the description, by the way.
Yeah, and I'll have them in the chat, but if like we have a whole bunch of people in the chat, it'll come up on my cell phone app, so I will see the equivalent of a super chat. That is awful, Mayor Wrench McNome. Mean John getting married while the children are dying? Yeah, that is pretty evil. This one took her stepchild, murdered him while dad was at drill weekend. And it appears that this child was murdered while laying in bed playing video games. hmm Yeah. So I have. That's why I have PayPal and Venmo. For people that want to super chat, especially like when I have a ton of people in chat and stuff. I'll see the app notification if I'm not seeing you in chat. But I try to keep, an eye on things, and I try to have my mods star things for me. We try. We try. And I always scroll back through, and if I don't see it, tag one of the mods, whatever. I always find my beasties. I always try to find my beasties. Yeah, evil does exist. Evil does exist.
Well,
Ardo, you're
Taylor, it's been a
100%
couple.
right.
It's been a couple of years. Did she marry him after that or before him?
She married him while her kids were missing.
Oh wow!
They hadn't even found the body, and she bought the new wedding rings before his wife was even murdered,
Or
using her ex-husband's Amazon credit card that
Youch.
she murdered. Well, her brother murdered. Yeah, the kids were reported missing. They hadn't even found the bodies yet, and she got married. Anubis, I'm hoping monetization once I hit the 1,000 subs, it can still take like they review things, so I don't know, but hopefully I do, and we'll hopefully get there. Like, subscribe, share it out. Bring people to the lair.
All the YouTubey things.
Do the YouTube things, bring people to the lair, and hopefully. But even if I never get officially monetized, even if I don't make a single penny off of YouTube, I have my 810 subs that I love. That's when the naughty list becomes real. Mean John, yes and no. It means I'm not monetized for ads, but even if they demonetize you, you can super chat. And even if it's a demonetized stream on ads, you still get the super chats.
Yeah, as long as they haven't murdered your AdSense account.
But they haven't murdered Ricadas, so. But again, there's other ways to support the channel.
Memberships are also a thing.
Yeah, memberships, super chats, Venmo, PayPal. There's plenty of ways to support the channel. Even just liking, subscribing, sharing is enough. To me, that is plenty. Because it's not financially possible for everybody, and I 1,000% understand, and would never want anybody to financially put themselves out for me. I can, take care of myself, kind of thing. Um, I still have a big kid job, but in all honesty, YouTube money just goes back into the channel and it goes to buying flowers or for things for the channel, things people want me to test, you know, flowers for CCW's family member, gifts for my mods. I don't make a living off of it. I try to help out the beasties. In all honesty, we have had this discussion the other day. I was looking to try to get, Mayor and McGnome's other half to a funeral kind of thing. I, generally use the money for the greater good of the channel, not for myself. We're a community and we support each other. That's my theory. Will call. Has it been 10 minutes?
Been a little more than that, actually.
Will call, what's your question? Then I'm going to bed so I can be awake for this shit show. Because that's what it. This is going to be the Loki shit show tomorrow. That we question how much of Loki's sanity we can kill in a single day. And Croc, when we need amusement, we can always react and respond to the dipshit or we'll call I'm good. Good night all. Okay. Well, we'll call. You said I had to go 11 more minutes. Oh, we love you, Will call.
All right.
Does my Venmo have a thumbnail? I don't know if it is a thumbnail. It is. Does it?
Well, I don't know where the rest of it is right now.
Okay, fine. One round, Kurt. One round of Quiplash.
Okay.
We're gonna do one round of Quiplash. Will
Somebody with
call.
focus.
It is Lokificent's lair. Let me look on my phone. Do one of Stauch.
Just a minute, please.
Mean John, do one of Stauch and send it to me to use in my thumbnail. I'm serious. Like I'm not even joking. Let me pull up my Venmo to look and see if it does. Because that's not that I don't know off the top of my head.
Get back there.
Miko, stop.
Shush, Miko. You're fine. It's gonna take me a minute. I'll get her sorted out here shortly. I know what her damage is probably.
Mm.
Patty wants to do the opal quips.
That's fine. Hold on.
All right. I'm going to mute and get the dog sorted out real quick.
Yep. It does now. Will call. Look again. It does now. Um,
All right, we are standing by for some more participants. Come on, get in here.
hold on, I am trying.
Okay. There's Thomas. Oh, that is no fun ever. There, Mayor Ranch. Mayor McGum. Chrome Gnome.
There we go. It does now, will call. Okay.
2, 1. I wonder, Mean John.
Lucky you. It's Quiplash 3. Brains a
Patty,
puppet.
yes, tomorrow we will during breaks.
Unfortunately, this game no longer counts towards your college credit. And if you're not in the game, the next best thing is the audience. Enter the room code to get in there and vote.
Please do. It makes it
Round 1.
makes it very
Two prompts
entertaining.
will show up on your device.
Yeah,
Answer them on the
we will
phone.
do it during the
You'll
trial
compare
during
that
breaks.
against someone else's clever answer, and everybody else will decide which one they like better.
Let me
Points
turn
are
that down.
awarded based on the percentage
Just a
of
bit
people
here.
who went for your answer. So make them count.
There. You actually get shorter games if you have fewer people. But that's okay. Uh-oh. I'm betting that's Amanda. All right. 45 seconds.
Amanda, why are you not in the game?
Turn it back now.
Oh. Did I push the button too soon?
First in line,
Well, join the audience, Amanda.
Millennial 8th Dwarf. It's choosing time.
Okay. I see there was there was a certain amount of agreement. Ah, okay. She's doing color paletting for Minecraft. And Anubis takes it.
All right, check this out. 500 years ago, freckles were called blank.
Demon spots. Oh.
Okay, choose your favorite.
Okay. Penny selling. Ha ha. You're funny, Mean John. Oh, Loki wins.
Let's see the next one. It isn't called sex in honest relationships. It's called making blank.
Woohoo.
All right, vote for the one you like best.
Okay, then.
Let's keep it going. What's your mom worrying about today? And now, pick your favorite.
Okay, the dog's sorted out. And look, he still wins. Wow. Well, you are killing it tonight.
And next
I
is,
guess.
you know it's bad when your mom says, I'm not mad, I'm blank. Now it gets real. Pick your
That's
favorite.
epic. Did you spit your vape out?
No, not quite. Denying eternity.
Moving right along. A rejected slogan for milk. All right, people, it's voting time.
Okay, either one of those would probably work, but I have
Good
a
night,
favorite.
Amanda.
Night, Amanda. Ooh. Well done, McNome.
We made it through round one in one piece. Let's see if your score did.
Damn.
Next up is a little thing I call round two. Prompts are more out there, and the points are doubled.
Of course they are. Anubis' icon over there burping. I see how it is. All right. $60 seconds. Oh, Loki's off. Halftime. All right. 30 seconds remain, and we still wait for Thomas and Patty. Come on, let's do this. I know you two can do it.
By the way, the pro se thing reminds me. I watched the new Daryl Brooks trial the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The appeal?
No, on the other charges.
Tail with,
Oh.
why do most
He had other charges pending.
Have at 'em.
I think there's supposed to be 2 G's in teabagged, but that's okay.
No.
Ooh.
Okay, what's next? You know your dog is basic as when. Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
I would have said, "Where's doggy Uggs?" and drink Starbucks pup cups.
Oh.
Pumpkin spice pup cup.
Ooh. I think I might actually still have some of last year's pumpkin spicy K-cup somewhere. I'll have to go looking.
Next on the
I know I have the gingerbread stuff.
What is a sexy vampire's biggest turnoff? All right, choose your favorite.
Oh dear. I don't know who did that one, but damn. But I think they're up against the safety quip, so we'll see. Nope. Garlic bread baked in the sun. Yeah, I can imagine why they wouldn't want to do that. See
What
that.
do mannequins do when the department store closes?
Ow.
Everybody pick your favorite quip.
Oh, by the way, Croc, the video link you sent me, the live chat, wasn't up yet. So I couldn't, like, see where it was happening, so I'll wait.
And now, the main attraction of the worst opening ceremony in Olympics history. Time to pick the one you like best.
Ow. There was the last there was one set of games in Tokyo where they had a mascot look like a sperm. I think it was this last one. Ow! Thomas got hammered. Whoa!
Let's see how they handle. It would be devastating to have a caricature artist draw you blank. And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
Mm-hmm. Ardo has a request of you there, Loki.
Anytime, Ardo, anytime.
And again, Thomas goes down.
We are 2/3 of the way there. Let's see where you stand.
Ooh. That had to hurt.
And behold, Riplash. A final chance to make a splash. On your device, you'll see a prompt that requires 3 separate responses. Okay, player 2 looks a little freak, but you'll do great.
That'll be Patty. For the record. Anubis was player 3. If you take them in the order that they arrived in. "60 seconds, people." Halftime. And no, there's no show. The show doesn't happen till after. "30 seconds. Snarky P and Anubis battling it out for who's going to get there last. And it will be Anubis for the loss. 15 seconds, Anubis. 5, 4, 3. Get that submit button. Oh,
And
not quite there.
Okay, it's time.
Cap time. If it was Cal Sports, it would be cap time.
Tell yourself are decisions. Choose your favorite.
Very moving. I'm surprised you. I'm surprised you didn't get it on the act, Sandy. That's okay. There's always tomorrow. We need one more. Let's get another audience vote. See if we can split it. Oh, and Pro Se Humor redeems himself.
3 things you'd put in a trap as bait for Ben Affleck.
The devil offering talent.
All right, people, it's voting time.
Ben Stein's money. Nah. Turns out that was actually his insurance company's money. Get him, McNome. Let's do this.
Let's be positive. Name 3 things you're looking forward to.
Ooh. Oh,
Vote for the one you like
that's
best.
hard. Dragon Be. Oh man. Pedantic. Nah. Votes in, people. Oh.
And that is it.
I think there
Well,
was some
except for this
pandering
last
there
part.
at the end. And McNome takes it.
You're on a roll again, McNome.
Well, actually, most of tomorrow's time frame, we're actually not going to have kids around, so that'll at least be something.
Yeah. Okay,
There.
well, off to bed.
Okay,
I will see you all tomorrow.
get some
Night.
napping.